Hello and welcome back to the chassis variant series of myself, Critical Rocket. We're on the last of the Novas. There were 5 of these buggers, so it took a lot longer than normal to get them all compiled and uploaded here on the channel than I'm normally comfortable with, but yes, here we are, the last one. Now the S variant is a urban combat model, developed pretty much for running around city centres, hopping over buildings and using its rather close-range weapon complement to take out infantry, soft targets and enemy battle mechs in very quick pace. It has 6 medium pulse lasers and 4 machine guns. It's probably the second best option after the Prime, with its 10 weapon hardpoints, all ballistics being mounted in the side torsos and the weapons being mounted in the arms. It makes for a surprisingly effective build that is pretty good with the heat management as well, even with the stock loadout. So, right off the bat, I'd recommend having a go of it. It plays kind of similar to the Prime, but with the added benefit of the machine guns when you start to overheat a little. And it's a pretty generous smattering of hardpoints. I can see why the S was included with the original pack anyway. As such, it's definitely one of the more fun Novas to run around with. And yeah, it's 86 kph, jump jets, all that good stuff. It makes it very similar to play to the Prime variant. I kept this match in for the S. I had another match that I was going to use originally. I thought I'd give it another reckoning, because this one had a surprising amount of salt for a team that wins. I loved the bit where someone shouted in all caps, "bunch of losers," because there's this thing on the internet now where the word loser is being spelt with 2 O's. I'm not quite sure why that's happening. That's before he logged out, because he died, because he was a gimp who decided to stand out in the open and get his ass handed to him, and he decides to blame the team. And then it's filled with other people in the chat calling the rest of the team cowards, despite the fact that we win. And even after winning, and somebody on the team mentioning that it's a good round or a good game or something, someone said, "Are you serious?" Something along those lines. And yeah, there's some very, very upset people. I can't imagine what they would have been on the losing team. Jesus. But these are some folk that probably need to step back from the computer and really reassess things in their life if they're getting that fucking angry over a free-to-play fucking arena shooter. But you know, this is what online gaming has become, isn't it? A real shame. So there's not much else I can tell you about the Nova S. I'm not actually 100% the S configuration even comes into it. There's all those other letters in the alphabet the clients could have picked. I think S has something to do with very special variants of builds or later designations that are built by... I can't remember if it's... might be something to do with Wolf Dragoons, can't quite remember now. Because I know they've got a couple of their own unique ones. I think the Direwolf W is basically Natasha Kerensky's version of a direwolf or something. I think that's why that's called the W. But it had jump jets and all that shit, and I don't know, the Nova S, special for whatever reason it's special, it just is. Maybe that's what the S stands for. It's Nova Special. So yeah, there's not much lore stuff I can talk about with this one. I've already given it, you know, my seal of approval, whatever that's fucking worth. I mean, so you can come up with some pretty decent builds yourself, I imagine. Smurfy doesn't have a particularly varied list of things that this year mech comes with. Although one thing to note with the Novas is that it's actually one of the few chassis that avoided the AMS thing, where virtually every mech started getting AMS because it was the only way that they could handle the worms that they'd given everybody and they just went overboard with. So yeah, some of the Nova builds don't actually come with AMS, like the Prime and the D and the C version, and let's see what else. The Hero version doesn't, and neither does the Bravo, which is kind of strange. But the S's come with the nipple on its head, which always looks hilarious when you see it running around there with that stupid fucking thing sticking out the top of it. So yeah, the Novas actually managed to avoid all the AMS overuse, because I think far too many mechs come with AMS by default when they don't normally have it. It's the same as giving Spiders and Commandos ECM when they never had it. They just did because they needed more mechs to use the tech, and they never went back and retroactively removed that. So that like I've stopped there to type in because that's the guy who started bitching and calling everyone losers. which is unique. I've never heard anyone referred to as losers before. but it seems to be one of the perversions of the English language that's now perpetrating many a grammatical crime out there on the interwebs. You need to learn that loser is 1-0, looser is 2. You do not loose a match. You let loose dogs of war, you don't let lose the dogs of war, okay? So, yeah, they're never gonna fucking learn. That's the few lose, isn't it? It's gonna go to 2 O's, and people are gonna be like, wow, they used to spell it with 1? I don't know, I guess it's how language changes. Well, we're getting near to the end of this one. I thought I'd try and drag this one out for the commentary. I don't think there's anything else we can talk about. I mean, just because it's topical at the time, was everyone think about the fact that MechWarrior Online will soon be renamed to MechWarrior Solaris, which is essentially what we've been playing all these years anyway, let's face it. This is not a unique opinion held by me. Many people have already said it already on Reddit and the forums that it is pretty much just Solaris, 12-on-12 arena-based shooting. Me personally, I think Solaris might need some specific changes because I'm not quite sure how long one-on-one matches are going to last with some of the mech melting builds that are out there, unless they have their own set of weapon values and armor values for the Solaris mode to keep the matches running a bit longer. I imagine some people will load in their spectate slot and find that the match is nearly over by the time they've loaded in, because I can't see it lasting that long unless the maps are fucking huge and it takes forever for the two people to find each other. I don't know. Whatever they come up with, I don't really foresee Solaris going off with a bang, you know? I think it's going to have a lot of teething issues before maybe they finally get some semblance of, I don't know, I'd hate talent, I guess maybe just efficient mechanics. It would be nice if the Solaris was a stepping stone to greater things with regards to maybe having like free-for-all matches and larger team battles and more involved multi-layered maps, you know, different heights and stuff. Maybe things that actually look like a bit more like Solaris as well. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really confident with it. The name change, I'm not really bothered about. I used to play Marvel Heroes, and that rebranded every 5 months. So the rebranding thing doesn't bother me. I think the Solaris mode is definitely going to be one of the more critical changes for the company. But we'll see what happens with that in the end. So the rest of this note is we've cleaned up. There are still people bitching in the chat on the now winning team, which I still don't get. I don't know why they're complaining. They're still going to get their victory C-bill bonuses and whatever else. Now it's just hunting down the last 2 mechs, and there's one, isn't there? And this one I believe is an Arctic cheetah, who's now just going to send everybody on a merry chase. And I think at the end he gets pissed off with me chasing him, and he tries to kill me, and that's how we'll get him. So that's overs, and nearly the end of the clan mediums. We've only got the Stormcrow, and I've already done the Black Lana, because we did that when that came out. So yeah, it's just the Stormcrows, and they'll be moving on to the heavies. Ooh, 60 tonners, Mad Dogs, here we come. Hopefully not as many as fucking Novas. Good God, I hope there's not that many Stormcrows by comparison. If I just have a quick look at how many variants of the old Stormcrow there are. A, B, C. Oh shit, there's still 4 of them. God damn it. Oh well. See you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.